Okay?
Yay!
So without further ado,
I've got 5 different experiments for you today. I hope everyone's doing good. To share this with you. So we're going to do a couple of experiments, and these are with, let's see, can you all hear me? Okay, good. All right, so I've got 5 experiments with you, and they're all kind of centered around food. Because, you know, each week we try to do something that's all the same, like with bubbles and with motion and with balloons. Well, today we're going to do it around food, okay? So the first one I'm going to do, it's a very simple experiment. You can do this one at home. And it has to do with celery. Everyone seen celery before, right? Maybe you use as karpas at the Pesach, that we do. Well, did you know that celery, like other plants, need to drink water? Well, they all do. That's why you water plants. And, right? So we all need to water. So what has to happen is this is at the bottom of the plant, near the roots, and the top here are the leaves, right? And somehow the leaves need to be able to drink water. And I'm going to show you how celery does it. This is an experiment that you can do at home. It's very simple. You take a glass of water, okay, just plain water, and add a little bit of food coloring. So this will help you see things. So we added 2 drops of food coloring, and we'll mix it up, right? A little magic there. And then what you can do is just cut off the bottom. So you have a fresh bottom. Okay, just took a pair of scissors, or you can do a knife. And what you do is you just simply put this in the water and you let it sit. And it will take about a day. But this is what's going to happen. So I have this one that I just did, right? I'm going to put it over here on the side. And here's one that I did last night. Now, do you see something different about this piece of celery? Well, the leaves are red. You see how they've turned red at the top? Let me show you the difference. Do you see that this one is green? And then this one has turned red because it's drunk the water from down below. And what it does is, if you look at celery, you see these little ridges here on the back? Okay? Who has, if you've done this, raise your hand so I can see. Who has felt a piece of celery and felt that it's got little bumps and ridges on the back of the celery? Right? If you've done that, just raise your hand. Okay? So we have a lot of you who've done that. And what happens is those little ridges help the celery to drink the water and bring it up to the leaves. And we can see that that's happening because the leaves have taken the color from the water and they're up now on top. And I'll show you something else. I think it's kind of cool. Okay? Here's another piece of celery. And let's see if I can bring this up a little bit closer to the camera. And, okay. Can you see the little red dots?
yeah, wow.
Okay. That's each of the little ridges, right? Here, see the ridges back here? Okay, well, each of those little ridges is bringing the water up to the top, and you can see where it is. And if we cut off the top for a second, okay, we can also see as we go down, you can find the red in each of the little ridges. And if you are very careful, you may not be able to see this on the camera, but you can feel the ridge, and then when you feel the little ridge over here and you look, you'll see right there is a red dot. And that's how the water See from the bottom? Let's rinse this off a little bit. Okay, so we see on the bottom all the little red dots, and each little red dot is where there's a little ridge on the celery, and each of those little ridges have special, they're called cells, and they drink up the water, and that's why I made it red, so that you could see how the water goes up the stalk of celery, comes out the top, and goes all the way up to the leaves on all the celery. Okay? So let's take a second. Does anyone have any questions? Right. Rob, you want to call them?
Moshe.
Moshe, what question do you have?
You use cucumbers and food coloring. I mean, you use cucumbers to put in and put it, and it turns to red.
If you put cucumbers in red water, it will probably also turn red because they also need to drink water. All the plants need to drink water. Okay, and this is how the celery does it, through the ridges on the back of each. Everyone know this is called a stalk of celery. So each stalk of celery has ridges, and that's how it drinks its water. Okay, anyone else have any other questions?
I do.
Yes?
How the water, red?
So how did the water turn red?
Yeah.
I took regular water and I put in some food coloring. And that lets it turn red. And you can try it with different colors. If you have different color food coloring, you can try it with red and blue and yellow. The only color you probably don't want to try it with is green. And you know why? Because it's already green and you won't be able to see it. So try with a color that's different from the celery. Okay, so just ask your parent or an adult to give you a piece of celery, put it in the water with make some color with food coloring or a piece of candy. Remember we did the Skittles and that made the water a different color? You can try any of that will color the water and stick it in. And about a day later, this is what it will look like.
Bracha, you can go next to ask your question.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not gonna make it, but it sounds really cool. How do you do with the one with the brown thing? Are we up to the brown things yet?
The brown thing, what, these things?
Yeah.
No, not yet. That's gonna be another experiment in a little bit.
Oh, okay, fine. I was just wondering with the brown thing or maybe the celery. Maybe it's gonna show me again.
No. Okay. Anyone else have any other questions?
Okay,
I have one.
last question for now is David. David Orlansky, you want to unmute yourself and ask a question?
Dr. Bennett,
Yes.
I'm David.
Hi, David. How are you?
Good. How do you use a celery to make the water red? That's really fun. I've never seen you do that before.
Well, the celery doesn't make the water red. I made the water red with food color, and then that colored water went into the celery.
Got it. Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
How do you put the food coloring red into the ridge of the celery?
The celery does it all by itself because when the celery is in the water, remember, because celery is alive and everything that's alive needs water. And so with those special ridges, it drinks the water and brings it up into the plant.
And how does with the water?
Sorry?
How does water break into the celery?
It just goes up.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay? All right, so that's the first experiment for today. All right, let me show you another one. Does anyone here, and you can just raise your hand, who has heard of rock candy? Right? So I'm going to show you how to make rock candy. So this also takes a little bit of time. Okay? And what I did was, last night, I boiled some water and I put in a lot of sugar. Okay? So this you got to have an adult help you with. You can go to the stove and put in about a cup of water. Okay? So a cup of water is, where's my cup? Ah, wait. So that's about a cup of water. Okay? It's a measuring cup. And we put that on the stove and we made it go to a boil. Okay? That's when it starts to bubble. And then we just kept pouring in sugar until it all dissolved. And then I just put it into a glass. And then I put in a stick. And what you can start to see, it's a little hard because this takes a couple of days to do. But see if I can do it without getting it on my computer. Okay. Whoa. Let's see, I'll bring up. Can you see it? You see the little pieces of crystals, the shiny part there? That's the beginning of rock candy. And over time, the little crystals over here are going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're going to make candy with it. There's a couple of pieces in here that are starting to fall off. Let me see if I can get one. I'm not being too successful. Well, okay. So I can get one of these big ones. No, I'm not too good today on that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this over here, which is just sugar and water. You just take a cup of water and put in a lot of sugar when it's hot. You let it get cool and just put in a little stick and then just leave it for a couple of days and you can make rock candy. Okay, so what we'll do is we started this last night. I wanted to show it to you. And I don't know if you can see down here at the bottom. Let's see, make them swirl around a little bit. See the thing swirling on the bottom? That's the beginning of the candy to start to form. And we will leave this, and then next week, we'll see how big we can make this get. How's that? Okay? Because sometimes experiments take a little time, and sometimes they take a long time. And this one takes a long time. Okay? But it's a fun one that you can do at home to make your own candy. All right? So I'm going to put this on the side. Okay? And everyone remind me next week to show you the rock candy. Okay? So, before I go on, anyone have any questions?
David, you have another question?
Yeah.
David? David, you got a question?
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're good. Okay, awesome.
I do.
Rosenberg.
I have a question too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
I have a question.
All right. Rachel, who should we go to first?
Okay. Moshe, you had your hand up first, so you can ask a question, and then we'll go to Nissan.
You could do rock candy for a Rosh Chodesh treat.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Rosh Chodesh treat for rock candy, because we have a whole nother month until Rosh Chodesh again.
Okay. Well, I'll try to get a lot of the rock candy grown for Rosh Chodesh.
Thank you.
What's your question?
What you had a question?
Yeah, I had a question. How did you make that celery and the cup was red, like inside like water? You put water, right? You put water and like and you boil it.
No,
And with the celery.
with the celery, this is just putting in water, like I did at the beginning, and the food coloring. That's all. Do you want me to do it again? All you need to do is to make the water red, you put in some regular water. And here's the food coloring. Can everyone see? Let me get it out of the way. And that's all. That's how you make the water red. We made the Red Sea.
Okay, Malky, you have your hands up. What's your question?
So how it's for the rock candy, it's boiling water and sugar.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You can go online and get it. You just take. Be obviously very careful because it's all hot.
Yeah.
Boil about. It's generally about a 2-to-1 ratio. So if you have a cup of water, you have about 2 cups of sugar, and it makes a very saturated solution.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. So how's that? So we got 2 experiments done today. All right. Now I'm going to try. Let's see. This one may get a little messy, so we'll just move some things out of the way. And that's why I have a pan. So I'm going to. Let's see. We'll do this in 2 different cups. Okay. And I'm going to spill out. Still here. Let's come back. Okay. So, who knows what this is? Everyone see what this is? It's spaghetti. It's just spaghetti. Or lakshan. Just a noodle, a wet noodle. And I'm gonna just cut it up a little bit. And I am gonna try to make the spaghetti dance. Okay? So, who thinks I can make spaghetti dance? Anyone? I don't know. I'm not seeing a lot of raised hands. Well, I think I can make the spaghetti dance. So we'll just put a couple pieces here and there. We're going to add some water. Okay, and let's hope I don't make too much of a mess. Get my towel just in case. We're going to put in some vinegar. This is where we make the mess. Okay. Now, can you see the spaghetti in the bottom? I think you can, right? You see the spaghetti down there?
Yep, we see it.
Okay. So we're going to put in a little bit of baking soda.
Are you able just to repeat what you put in the cup?
What did you ask?
you mind repeating what you put in the cup so far?
What I put in the cup was the pasta. I put in some water, and I put in some vinegar. That's all there is. We're going to put in, make the mess, some of the baking powder. Okay. And let's see, can you see the pasta should start to dance now? Let's see. I'm going to bring it closer. Does everyone see the pasta in there? It's starting to move up and down and dance. Okay. Let's see, raise your hand if you can see the pasta dancing up and down. Whoops, I can't get this on my computer. And that's how we make, we'll leave this here. You should be able to see the pasta should be dancing up and down. Let's do the other one and see if we can make it do it in this one. Like, okay. So you should see, there you go, you see the pot, there we go, the pasta's going up and down in the two of them. You see this one? This one's really dancing now. Right? Let me bring the camera closer, see if we can make it easy for you to see. Can you all see the pasta now dancing?
Wow, that is really crazy.
And let's see the other one. Yep.
It's awesome. I love it.
Wow.
And that is how we make dancing pasta. Okay? Just a little bit of pasta, water, vinegar, and some baking soda.
Mr. Bennett, I have a question.
Yes.
How do you make the water into a food coloring? Does that help?
We could put food coloring in here too.
So how do you mix it? Do you mix it with water or
I didn't hear what you said. How do I mix what?
into a different color, like food coloring?
I can get the different colors with the different color food coloring.
Like any color, like red and yellow, or
I can make any color you want.
all right. Okay, I just making sure what color you're gonna put in the water.
Okay, let's see what we can do.
Okay.
Should we mix some colors?
Yeah, we can mix colors.
All right, let's mix some colors. What happens if I put in blue?
What happens on blue?
A little bit of red. What do you think's what color are we gonna make?
Yeah, like red.
Purple.
Purple, right. So we got some red.
Okay, so how do you change your color?
Okay, you guys, I got to go.
And now we made some purple.
Bye, y'all.
Makes it a little hard to see the dancing pasta, but you can see it's moving around and maybe it's drunk. Maybe it's like wine. It's drunk. What do you think?
Yeah. Mix the color into the water.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do the next experiment?
Okay.
Okay.
We can do the next experiment. I don't
I
know.
have two more experiments for you. And I think the last one is really, really cool. I'm going to leave that one. I think that's the best. So let me move this. We'll let the pasta dance over my side. Okay. So I hope this works. I haven't tried this one, so it may work and it may not. So we'll be like real scientists. We'll do a real experiment and see what happens. Okay, so this is just, I made some lime. This is lime jello, a little bit of lime jello. And I'm going to make slime. You guys like slime?
Yeah, we do like slides, yeah.
Okay, so let's see if I can make some slime for you. So we have some lime jello.
I made some slime before.
Let's see, and we're gonna mix in some corn syrup. And we'll see if we can make this work. I made a little bit last night just in case, so we'll see. Well, if we mix it together, we need a little bit more corn syrup. Well, there it goes. Let's see. Let me bring it a little bit closer. Okay, let me see. We're going to point this down. Can you see? I'm starting to make a little bit of slime. And over time, it mixes.
Hello, minute.
Can you see? What will happen is, I'll show you the one I made last night. This is what I made last night. Here's my big thing of slime. Everyone see that?
Wow.
Wow, that was amazing. It's so nice. It's so cool. How do you change the kind of color?
Then you can eat it.
Now we can eat it? Oh my gosh. Look, it's so cool.
Have
It
you
looks
guys
like a
ever
jello.
slime before?
It's lime jello and corn syrup. So you can
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Oh, I want to eat it.
Well, there you go. We made some slime. Oh, let's see. So you can all see. So if you do this one at home, you got to be very careful not to get it all over the place. As this stuff mixes together, it will slowly make and gel and become just like the slime I made over here. Okay? Anyone have any questions?
So I have a question. So
Yes.
my question is, how do you do the slides when you have like a jello? Is it between together or it's like it's greenish?
Well, the jello itself was green. That's why I got lime jello, because it's green and it looks like slime.
So it looks like it's like green.
Yeah.
So it looks like a soup.
Yep,
It looks like soup. It's like almost jello.
Right.
So how do you make all together?
What was that question?
Like slides? Like how do you make a slide all together?
I just mix it
It
together.
tastes good.
I just mixed it together and then it will
Yeah.
start to gel. When as it cools off, as it gets colder,
Yeah.
it becomes a little bit more like the slime you see here.
So that's becomes how to make jello?
It's like making Jell-O.
Oh, it's not like a jello. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, does it taste good?
Yeah, it tastes like lime Jell-O.
Ha! This is so cool. This is the first time that you're making it.
Okay. Now, I'm going to do what I think, this was my favorite, this is my favorite experiment.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself now.
Okay, so, everyone see this? This is
Let me see.
okay, this is a travel clock. This is normally where you see the time. Okay? So, I'm going to show you, without a battery, how I can make this work. I'm going to make electricity. I'm going to make like a battery from potatoes. Who thinks I can make a battery out of potatoes? Okay. So I'm going to show you something. Everyone ready? I got some potatoes here. And what I'm going to do is one potato. And here's a second potato. And I put a nail. Can everyone see this? There, make it stand up. May fall over, but anyway. Let me just close this up so I can make sure you can all see what I'm doing, okay? So here is a potato with a nail in it, and then a piece of copper wire to another nail in the potato. And now I'm going to take one more and put in the copper wire to another nail. And does anyone know what this is? That's called a voltmeter, and it can tell me how much electricity I am making. So I'm going to hook it up. You see it says 0. And if you watch, you can see I made electricity. I made 2 volts of electricity. And if I hook this up to my clock, here we go. Let's see if I can do it. Everyone ready? Look where
Yep, I am ready.
Look where the numbers are supposed to be. Wait. I gotta do it. Come on. Oops. There, can you see the clock is now on? What time does it say? It's 1 o'clock.
Wow.
So I was able to make a clock work with a potato.
That is so wild. I've never seen anything like that.
You seen that? All right, I'm gonna do one more thing. You ready? Watch this. So I'm gonna add on, right? We're gonna have some fun now, okay? Let's see if I can make this work again. I'm gonna add some more potatoes. We need more potatoes. And we'll try a line just for good luck, okay? Let's see. And we're gonna put this one in over here. And if I did this all right, do you see this light? I might be able to make the light glow. So let me just try. Hold on a second. Let me see if you can see it. Let's see. You see the light is on? Watch. See? Did everyone see the light flashing? There we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I can make a flashlight from potatoes.
Wow.
So what do you think about that for my experiment?
Frida, did you have something to say?
How did you do that?
How did I do that?
Yeah.
Besides magic? Nah.
Not that, but
It's science. If you were to look inside a battery,
right?
these are two special kinds of metal. The nail is something called zinc, and the wire is copper. And inside a battery is both zinc and copper. And when they touch one another, they will make a little bit of electricity. And each one adds a little bit more and 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 a little bit more. So this is like having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 batteries all together.
Wow, that's really cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So we can now, I said, you can,
I have a question.
okay. Anyone?
I have a question.
Yeah. What question do you have?
It's me. It's Becca.
Yeah, bro.
How do you make the potato? And are you gonna put like real fire in it?
There's no fire.
So what do you do for it?
It's just that with these two metal pieces in the potato, it makes like a battery.
Wow.
Okay? And I just have some fun. Remember before when I had just 3 of them, the number was 2? Well, let's see what the number is now, okay? There it is. My wire's not touching. There.
Dr. Banner, I have a question.
It's only up to 5. So as I added more potatoes, I could make more electricity. This experiment is called the potato clock because you do it with a clock. You can show that the clock will go on. But I thought that you guys would like to see me make a clock out of potatoes.
Dr. Banner, I have a question.
Yes.
How you turn a light on in potatoes?
How do I turn it on?
Yeah.
Well, in the back of the light, right, let me, hold on a second. Okay, this is where the battery would go. Okay, and I just touched the ends of my battery to the same place the battery would go. Well, I've got to hook up backwards. Let me just change that. There we go. See? So I just touch it in the back. And when I do, I can make it turn on. Let's see, I got one of the bulb here. I want to see if that will work. Just curious. We'll do an experiment together. I have another light bulb here. I want to see if I can make this one turn on. Nope, this one won't work. Must be broken. Okay. So what did we do today? So we had 5 experiments, right? We did one with the celery. So we showed how celery drinks water and makes them come up onto the leaves. And then we did the rock candy, and we'll see next week if we can make if we have rock candy for everyone for Rosh Chodesh. We did the dancing pasta. We were able to make pasta dance in the water. What else we did? We did slime that you can make at home. And we made a clock out of potatoes.
This was so awesome, Dr. Bennett. Thank you so much. These experiments are super cool.
I was using it the whole time.
So did everyone have a good time this afternoon?
Yeah, I really had.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
it was
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dr. Bennett,
Awesome.
Yeah?
it's me, Max. I can't see myself I cannot see myself in the camera.
All right, I'll fix the camera.
I think I'm almost done.
There, how's that? Now you guys can see me.
No, I can't see myself in my camera. I don't know how to fix my camera.
We see you, Max. It's because Dr.
Max, I can see you.
Finish.
So how did you make the green slime?
How did I make the green slime? I made the green slime with lime, jello, and corn syrup.
That was awesome.
Yeah. And it's two things that are both food, so you could eat the slime. It may not taste good, but you could eat it.
I mean, how do you do that, actually? How do you make all these things? I have a question.
Yes.
My name's Nissan, first of all.
Yes.
How do you do all that? Like, you're very good.
Thank you. You know,
How do you know how to all do this? What you did today?
well, you know Toby?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Toby is my daughter, and then she and I will read on different books and on the internet, and we'll come up with experiments. And what I will actually do, probably starting tonight until next Wednesday, I will practice different experiments to make sure they work so that I can do them for you next Wednesday.
So what are we making next week for math science?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet.
Okay.
You know what? Toby tells me what she wants to do, and then I help her. So last week she said we should do something with food, and so we
something with food.
So she'll think of something, and then I guess that they'll let you know, and we'll do some experiments next week again.
Okay.
All right.
All right?
Okay.
You all come back.
I have another question before we leave.
Yes. Who else has a question?
My question.
Yep.
You know what? Cardigan, the thing, like a little wire. Like a little wire of potatoes, but it looked like a batteries for the hearing aid. For example, if I'm wearing my hearing aid and it has a battery inside, so I can hear people.
I couldn't hear what she said, Rob.
Very funny.
Shosh, it was a little hard to hear you. I think it was breaking up a little bit.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Should I mute myself?
No, do you have a question?
I have a question, yeah.
Okay, so now ask it. It's a little easier to hear you now.
Oh, okay. So, Mr. Bennett, I'm so sorry to hear that I'm wearing my hearing aid so I could hear other people saying. So, my question is,
Shosh, I don't know why it's very hard to hear you. Maybe you want to type your question in the chat.
I can't hear because I'm on
The chat is disabled. Oh,
Shauna, just say it on the chat. You're
Okay, if Rochelle
connected.
has a question, she'll write it in the chat for now because it's a little hard to hear.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have a last question or two before we
I
end
never,
it?
I,
Maybe Shane did card.
yeah.
Okay, Shane, what's your question?
It was really cool with those wires and with the potatoes and stuff.
Yeah, you liked it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to think of some more experiments like that, and we'll do them. Maybe we'll do it next week or the week after.
That's good.
Okay, any last questions before we wrap up for today?
It was really nice to do the experiments, and I might do them.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Awesome. I see we have one question coming into the chat. Is that Dina Sheva asked if we could, Dr. Bennett, when you make the rock candy, could you make it a different color than just regular sugar and water? Could you put food coloring in?
Yes, I will try to do that. But yes, you can put in food coloring and make different color rock candy.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, thank you, Dr. Bennett, again for
Thank you, Dr. Bennett.
in science class. And we hope everyone has a good Shavuos, and we will see you guys next week.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
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 Okay.